What's good, fam? Welcome back to the Russell Muscle YouTube channel. Today we're going to be installing the engine cover and taking the heat shield off and putting glass in it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. To remove this heat shield, you're going to use a T15 drill bit, and you're going to take all these off, going all the way around it. Then when you take it up, you bring it back this way and take it out. Got all of them out, so I'm gonna try to take it out while I'm recording. So again, not that way. It's my first time seeing the engine without the heat shield. So y'all can see, you gotta clean it up, but the engine cover bolted into right there, right here, and then you gotta put that back on top of the engine cover once you bolt it back down. But as y'all can see, these two screws are missing, so I'm gonna have to get those. But one thing I noticed that I didn't see it in the video is that right there. I tried to wipe it down as much as I could with some soap and water. But yeah, this is gonna sit in there pretty much this way. And you might have to kind of push some stuff out the way to make it fit, but I'm about to go ahead and do it. I can't do it and hold the camera, so I'm gonna get back with y'all in a minute. Also, don't forget to put this back on there before you install the engine cover. All right, so when you're putting it in, you want to put this in first. And what you want to do is lift this hose up right here and slide it up under that hose. And then once you slide up under that hose, push it that way. It's probably be easier to take this off. I didn't. What I did was just pull it up on this to fit it in there. And you also want to take this hose from underneath it, because that's going to be blocking it. But I got it lined up, so let's get it bolted down. Remember, you want to take these plates on both sides and put them back on top of the engine cover. I found 2 screws that fit for the front, and so I got this side bolted down. But what you want to do is leave the screws a little loose so you can have room to move it around so the holes align. Got all the screws tight, and if I ain't mentioned it before, these are 10 millimeter. And again, these are some screws that fit that I had already earlier this morning, and so this is polycarbonate, which is heat resistant. You can get these for $30 at Home Depot for this size. And then they got some smaller ones that's probably about half of this for $20. But instead of buying this whole plastic piece that they sell for $600, I'm gonna just cut a square out of this stock heat shield, and we're just gonna do it that way. What I'm about to do now is trace the lines for my glass. I'm gonna leave an inch gap on the flat surface to put the silicone under there. And then when I cut the glass, I'm gonna overlap it, of course, by an inch, like I just said, to where, it fit under the heat shield. All right, so this is what I got. As y'all can see, this heat shield kind of slope up. And so I got my lines at the top of the slope where it's flat at. So like I said, when you put the glass under the bottom of it, the silicone will be put right down the edge to hold the glass on. This is what I'm using to cut this and the glass with, a die grinder. It's $80 at Harbor Freight. This little attachment tool called the adapter is right around $15. I got that from Ace Hardware. I think Harbor Freight got them also. Then it's a 3-inch metal cutting blade. The next tool I'm using is my oscillating saw or a multi-tool, and I'm pretty much gonna use this just to hit these little spots, and then right there it's a little curve, so I'm gonna use it to kind of connect those 2 cuts. Next thing I'm gonna do is cut the remaining part of that heat shield back an inch away from the edge. Now that we got that cut, we're gonna take our glass, and the easiest way is just to put it in there. You can see through it, so you'll know where to mark your lines, and you basically gonna cut the glass to where it's overlapping that cut by an inch, and it fit up in there because you're gonna put your silicone all around this edge to where it won't show from the top. Now that we got our lines drawn on the glass, probably kind of hard for y'all to see. I can see it though, but we're gonna move the heat shield out the way and go ahead and cut this out to fit in there. All right, so I just put my dumbbell right there to hold it in place. All right, so we got our glass cut out. This one of the scrap pieces. Show y'all what it look like without the sticker. I'm gonna put this on the heat shield with heat resistant silicone. This is silicone we use and got it from Ace Hardware. It's around $15. But what you wanna do before you put the glass in is you wanna take the sticker off of the top of it. We're gonna go on and put our silicone around the edge. And like I say, put it as far back as you can to where it's still between the glass and the heat shield. But once you press down, it's not gonna show from the top. What I did was went ahead and pulled the edges of the sticker up on the underneath side of it, the side that's gonna be over the motor. So that way, when you put it on there and you pull this up, it'll be easier to take off. So from there, we're just gonna place it over the silicone, like I said. If you got to go back and put silicone in places, you know what I'm saying, you go ahead and do that. I put some light weights on there just to keep it pressed down. And if you do that, you know that's gonna cause the silicone to spread, so you might have to slide it over, get a rag and wipe the silicone off before it dry. But I'm gonna let it sit in the sun for a couple of hours, and then we're gonna get into the installation. Been sitting in the sun for a few hours, and it's dry, but it takes 24 hours to fully cure, but we're gonna go ahead and install it. We wanna put this front part in first. Before you put this on, you want to make sure you wipe the bottom of the glass off, because of course, once you bolt it down, you're not going to be able to do it. But as y'all can see, it's looking good. So I'm about to go and put the screws back in. Got all the screws in, now I'm about to let the lid down so y'all can see what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like with the lid down. I'm gonna close the garage and cut the light off because I put some LED lights from Amazon under the lid, so I'm gonna show y'all what that's looking like. Not completely dark, but this is what it looked like with the garage light off and the garage closed. Y'all can see that glare on the glass from the light, so I might move it over some. But these lights was only $8 on Amazon. Y'all can see they change color, they flash, come with a little remote. You can charge them by USB. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Stay locked in for the next one. Much love and God bless.